Hello, Bees Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I've got an exciting new release from Civivi to share with you guys and gals today. And speaking of Civivi, this is the Civivi Riffle. I absolutely love this one. I've had it for quite a while, probably going on a year now. I absolutely love this one. But anyway, let me get in here. And first I have to say thank you to my channel members, thank you to subscribers, and thank you to all the patrons. You guys are freaking amazing. I can't thank you enough. You are what has made this happen. You're making it happen. Okay, can we get in the box? Did we open it? Ooh, tactical peanuts. We got the peanuts. All right. Isn't there something you can do with these to like make them disintegrate? Seems like I heard that somewhere, but I can't remember what it was. But let's get in here and see what it looks like. Let's see. There's a label somewhere. There it is. The Conspirator, the C21006-3 with the, what is it? Cabourcia wood is what I think it is, pretty much. Gray Stonewash Nitro V blade. Ooh, Nitro V. Yes, let's get in it to win it. Do some tactical cutting here so I don't mess up the box. You never know when I'm going to give a knife away, you know what I'm saying? And here we go. In case you've never seen a Civivi for some reason or you're new to the knife community, this is what they come in, a really nice case. And got a Civivi sticker and then some information and really nice cleaning cloths. These are awesome cleaning cloths. And then you have a little sticker here and we'll get those out of the way. And this is going to be the first wood handle in the Bees Blades collection. What? I just had to. I paid a couple bucks extra so I could get the Cabourcia wood. And it's, as far as I know, it's an African rosewood. I learned that just today from chatting. Oh my goodness, would you look at that? That just makes it look fancy. Wow, look at it. I mean, would you look at it? Just look at it. That is fancy. We're going to go all up and down and get up in here. We're going to take it apart, disassemble it, check out the action, ergos. I'll do the specs in less than 60 seconds, but I'm giving you guys a nice look and you gals a nice look. Wow, it looks so fancy. Now this comes in 4 different versions. There's black micarta with the stonewash blade. Then there's the green micarta with the black stonewash. And then there's dark green micarta and has a Damascus steel. And I'll put the link in the description to all 4 of them, so you don't have to worry about going and looking for it. Now they did have these at White Mountain Knives, but they're sold out at the moment. But then again, depends on when you're watching this video. They might be back in stock, or you can always hit notify me. And 10% discount code. Ooh, yeah. Yes, look at that. Oh, mama. Ooh, is that not sleek looking? Wow. Tell you what, let's do the specs in less than 60 seconds, then we'll get into the good stuff. All right, what does she weigh? It feels pretty solid. The wood's kind of throwing me off. I'm going to go with 3.5, and it is 3.75. Not close enough. No cigar. That's all right. I mean, I'll take it. It's pretty close. All right, are you ready? Are you set? From tip to tip, where it's 8.06 inches, we have a drop point blade with Nitro V blade steel. You have stonewash finish. Your total blade length from the edge of the scale to the tip is 3.48 inches. Your sharpened blade length just under that, 3.45 inches. Your blade width is 1.16 inches. Your blade stock thickness is 114 thousandths of an inch. And behind the edge is a nice consistent 15 thousandths of an inch. Your handle material is Cabourcia wood. Your close length from tip to tip is 4.62 inches. Your handle width is 0.92 inches. Your close width is 1.33 inches. Your handle thickness is 0.52 inches. You have a flipper and a fuller for opening. And we'll see what's in the pivot because, well, we're going to take it apart. Duh. It is a button lock and a right and left side deep carry clip. We'll get all up in there and get a look at it in just a second. We have T8 body screws and T6s in the clip. And your model is C2100-3. Not that it means everything in the world, but let's see what this edge does right out of the box. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Whoop. Yeah. Now if I can cut paper straight, there we go. Wow. Yes. Nice and clean. That is a nice clean cut. It felt really nice going through that paper. Let's get all nice and personal here. Look at that nice looking stonewash. I like the swedge up here. And look at that edge. Doesn't look too bad. Not too shabby. And I know you can get this Nitro V. I've enjoyed Nitro V. You can put a nice sharp edge on it. And there's some jimping. Ooh, yes. That's the kind of jimping I like right there. Smaller jimping, but it grabs your skin, locks your skin into place. Very nice. We have a sharpening choil, plenty far enough away from the plunge grind. That's very nice. Okay, I'm liking it so far. There's your Civivi, and here's a good look at your button. A little bit of texture on there, and how about this wood? The Cabercha wood. That's gonna be. I'm gonna have to try to remember that, just because it sounds fancy. And what I learned on Instagram in a chat today, and hopefully this is correct, it's a African rosewood. And it has a really nice look to it. It's smooth. There's not, as far as texture vision, it looks like there's texture, but there's not really texture. Your finger does stop on it, kind of like, but it doesn't really have texture per se. There's a little bit of, I don't know what you would call that. Maybe a little bit of milling going on there. Blacked out hardware. There's a look at the inside. We'll really see what the inside looks like here in just a minute. And there's a spot where you could put a lanyard up here. So I really like it how it's nice and clean. It doesn't have the hole going through the scales. That's very nice. And there's your pocket clip. No mushrooms growing in the shade. Nice and smooth. It would be cool if this was inset into the liners, but I know this isn't going to be any issue going in and out of the pocket. Matter of fact, I'm going to try that right now. And let's see. Right in, right out. Doesn't grab at all. Absolutely perfect. No problem with that. And here's a look at the back. This is all nice and smooth, no rough edges. It's kind of, if you look up here, it's almost shadow boxed. I would say it is, just slightly. The inside of the liners are actually a little higher than the wood. I like that. I prefer that. So that's pretty good in my book. How about no blade play? Nothing up or down. What is that, piece of paper? Nothing up or down, nothing left or right. And what's our, let's see, what does our lockup look like? Can we see inside there? So you can see our lockup's about right there at the 50% mark. That's very nice. Are we centered? Yes, we are centered. Nice looking tip. The tip, I wouldn't call it a splinter getter, but I wouldn't call it a tree stabber either. It's right there in the middle. Now these run, the micarta versions run like $79, and then depending on, and that's at the time of this video, depends on when you're watching it. But they were $79, and then it went up for the fancier models. I'm thinking this was around $83-ish. I don't remember because I was like, I gotta have it right now. So let's do some quick size comparisons to give you an idea of the size of this knife. And of course, the one I usually use is because so many people have a QSP Penguin. I use the Penguin for the width. And there you go, a little bit thicker than the Penguin. So I'm gonna layer down and put some up here that a lot of you have, and let's see what it looks like size compared. So here's the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 and the Civivi Riffle. This is one of my favorites. This was early on in my collection, and man, do I love it. So you can see this is a full-size knife all day long. And here's the Sincut Netez. Like that one, and oh man, do I love this one. The Vosteed Bellamy, absolutely love it. And of course, you guys already know I have links in the description. I have links to the description. I have links in the description to all the knives that are in the video. Here's the Citivian ST110, which is pretty much identical to the ST109, and here's the QSP Penguin. If you don't have a Penguin, what? Are you kidding me? So there you go. Let's put a couple more up here. Now, how about a couple button locks? Here's the Kaiser Original. It's a smaller knife. It's a great EDC size knife, but I mean, some folks it's too small. Some folks don't like it. A lot of people love it. I absolutely love this knife. This is one of the ones I grab when I head out the door because I love to fidget while I'm driving. And here is the Kaiser Cormorant version 2. So you can see, full-size handle, full-size blade. Yeah, this is a nice one. I'm liking it so far. And, oh yes, here's one I absolutely love. Here's the Civivi Elementum button lock. So, lengthwise, they're just about the same. This one is just a thinner profile overall. And let's put this one up here. One more Civivi, the Civivi Cogent. So this one I know is one that people will be curious about the size difference. I'm trying to get them lined up pivot to pivot. So there you go. I mean, not a whole lot of difference. Just about exactly the same length. Different style. This one's a lot more tactical looking. This wood version here, well, I imagine the micarta version 2 is a little more, I don't know, not so cha-cha. We'll zoom out and let's check out the deployment of this bad boy. Now, if you haven't already and you've been following me or you've been watching the channel and you haven't, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Sit it. Yeah, just sit. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, and then select all. That's how you don't miss what's coming up on Bees Blades. And there's something big coming up, just saying. So let's check out the deployment of this sucker. I'm going to go ahead with the push button. Pow. It's not lightning fast. Okay, the button's not too bad. A little bit of stickage on the button. It's an audible click. So let's see. There's the push button. I'm having to give it a little bit of snap there, a little bit of click. And how about the old light switcher? Pretty fidgety. I'm having to put some pressure. It's definitely, it reminds me of when I got my Civivi Cogent, and it was an issue I had to fix. Now, I don't know. This just could be the way I push the button. But, okay, so here's something I just noticed. If I flip it open just using the button, and I don't do it hard, the button's not bad. The button's soft. And like if I don't let up on the button until after it's open, it's really easy to do. But if I just flip it out with the flipper with some force, I have to give it some considerable force to disengage it. Not a ton, but it's definitely noticeable. How about left-handed? How's this going to work left-handed? Okay, so if I'm gripping it left-handed, I don't think I'm going to have, it's not going to touch my hand at all, because I don't think I'm going to be doing a whole lot of choking up. We'll check out the ergos here in just a second. But can I reverse flick this left-handed? Yes. Love the reverse flick. Absolutely love it. So I imagine this is going to smoothen out, which it feels like it kind of is already. That button will smooth out, and oh yeah, this is going to be a fidget knife without a doubt. Oh yeah, driving down the road, that's when I like to fidget. Or just sitting, doing paperwork. Look at that, reverse flick. Drop shutty. I am getting a lot of snap. I'll let you hear it. It's a considerable snap. Ting! We'll see if that works itself out, or we'll see what happens after we disassemble it. All right, let's check out the ergos. So from here to here, my hand's 4 inches. From here to here is just over 3.5. From the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger, 7.25. Let's see what it looks like. Grip, I'm totally giving it a full grip. No hot spots at all. I don't even feel the pocket clip. It's just, I guess the way it falls in my hand, the pocket clip, see the edge of the pocket clip is just outside of my hand. So I can really get up in there. So if you have a bigger hand than me, you've got plenty of handle. Utility cutting, yes. Your tip is, you're going to have to raise it just a tad, not much. The tip, you just raise it a little bit, you're going to be good for utility cutting. And man, oh man, this jimping I showed you before, I'll give you one more look at that jimping. Yes, look at that. So the traditional cut, very nice, very nice. It's very solid feeling knife. The reverse grip. Man, look at that shiny edge. I love the Nitro V. You could shine that edge up like nobody's business. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't see a whole lot wrong with it. Just a little bit of the issue I'm getting with the button. Let's go ahead and take it apart, and then we'll come back and see what it feels like. All right, we're at the table real quick. Get you some KPL knife pivot lube. This is everything you need to disassemble a knife. So you can take a screenshot. Everything is in the maintenance section of the description of this video, and links right to it at where to get it. And I'm going to get right in here. Definitely, you got to get you some doodads. These you can get at KPL too. KPL Knife Pivot Lube has all the stuff you need. And get you a Weehaw bit set. I hear all the time, every day, and I have since I started in knives, people are like, I wish I would have just started with the Weehaw set because the bits last so much longer. The first one that I stripped, I disassembled at least 60 knives easily, many times. So get you this Weehaw beat set, and it doubles as the driver. That way you have another one, and I would recommend maybe getting two because you never know when you need an extra bit. So let's get in here. Let's see. Which side? Well, obviously this side has the Civivi logo, so we're going to go from this side, and it's going to be a T8. So, and I have a fancy bit driver. I put links to all this stuff in the description. That way, if you're wondering, you can always look down there. And if you haven't been there, or you missed it, or you've been missing them so far, make sure you come visit us on Friday nights. Bees Blades, live at the Hive. Oh, right. You don't want to miss live at the Hive. And what is going on here? What is unscrewing? This whole thing is unscrewing, okay? Very different. What is going on in my life? So, I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, look at here. Now, that's different. So, this side, that has the Civivi logo on it is the screw part. That is very, very different. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And you see this little notch right here? That notch is going to coincide with the notch that you're going to see right there in the wood. That's what keeps the pivot from spinning when you're unscrewing it. But I don't remember ever getting one that unscrewed like that. I'm calling it backwards, but let me put my screw over here so I don't lose track of everything. And let's take these body screw outs, and we'll see just how backwards I can take this apart. That way it'll give you guys something to laugh at. And boy, oh boy, did you guys get a good lap. There's a little bit of blue Loctite on there. We, on the live stream this past Friday, wow, was it funny. When I was 2 different giveaways, I goofed up on the numbers. It was hilarious. I laughed so hard, my face hurt. Oh my gosh. And that is something else we do on the live stream is do giveaways. Now here's the inside of the wood. So you can see the inside doesn't, yeah, I know, I do that sometimes. But you can see there some of the lube is soaked into the wood, but you can't see it on the other side. This side kind of has, I don't know, lemon pledge. No, just kidding. We need more lemon pledge. No, we need more lemon pledge. What does that come from? All right, how are we going to take this apart? Is it just going to pop off? Yes. Just going to pop this straight up, and there should be a spring. Yep. So this is what this looks like. It's actually pretty clean. Let me grab my rag. And so I just have a rag. You can use any kind of cloth and put some a little bit of rubbing alcohol on it. Not that this one needs clean. I'm just showing you the process. Sometimes you get them. Sometimes you'll get a knife from the factory and it'll be a little dirty, a little dirty. And I've got some alcohol on here, but see, it's no big deal because that's why you use it, because it'll evaporate very quickly. And here's the spring that goes inside this hole right here. The spring sits in here, and you'll see me attempt to put it back together here in just a minute. And so look, there's some lube. See that lube right there on the button? I suspect that's why I'm getting a little bit of lock stick. And when I dry this off, I think that might help. That might be what the issue was. We just got some lube on the button. So I think that's what was giving me a little bit of stick. And let's check out. And look at that, nice and milled out. That's why it was throwing me off, because it was lightweight. But then again, it wasn't. What was it? 3 3/4. And there are your ceramic ball bearings, nice and clean. Very nice, very, very nice. And I always got to show you the ball bearings. Yeah, look at that. Love them. Gotta love them. And you can see, just for putting it back together, that they're facing upwards. The open side is facing towards the blade. And then, see, that was really weird that it came out backwards. That's just kind of odd. It usually doesn't do that. Just a little odd. Kind of like me. Just a little odd. So I'm hoping this will turn out to be a really simple taking apart and putting back together, otherwise known as a disassembly. But yeah, I've been having fun. I've been having fun. The live streams have been absolutely a blast. They keep getting more fun. And each week we have new people that are trying out the live stream. And, you know, yeah, even though I guess I do usually at least 2 giveaways, I mean, that's not the reason for the live stream. I mean, if you want to come just for that, that's fine. I don't have a set time. Sometimes I have people show up just for that, and that's totally cool. But, you know, I don't have a set time. So that's all I'm saying is some folks will come in and say, when are you doing the giveaway? I'm like, I don't know. It has to happen in a good break, at a good moment. Just don't have it timed perfectly. So here's the inside, nice and clean. You can see a little bit where the ball bearings have their little track going, a little started. And here's the inside where the button lock goes. And I didn't show you this before, but there is your Nitro V. Love me some Nitro V. So there's the knife. I mean, pow. Does it get much more simple than that, really? I'm going to get me some KPL. A little bit of KPL knife pivot lube. Get that ready. All right, we'll start getting a little bit of this lube on here, just in a couple spots where it needs it. Not that it really needs a lot. I'm just putting a little bit. I'm trying not to put, I don't like it on my button lock. Just don't like it over there. It's been my experience that it gives me a little bit of lock stick. That's just my experience. You know, I could be totally wrong. And I have a lot of lube on there. I'm going to take that off because I don't want a lot. I'm just going to wait until I put the doodads on there. So let's see. There's the clip side that I took it apart from. And all right. So let's go like this, and let's watch me put it back together completely backwards. See, it threw me off. It always has to throw me for a loop when they did it. They did the pivot backwards from what I'm used to. So see that little notch right there? Right there is a notch. I'm trying to show you. There we go. Now you can see it. And this dude is going to go in, and that notch right there, which is hard to see, is going to match it. So that's how we're going to know that we have it the right way. We get that in to where it stops. There we go. Now that is in place. Hopefully, oh no, I was afraid it wouldn't do that. It wouldn't, I was afraid it wouldn't stay. All right, can we get it to stay in one spot? That's very different. Can't say that I like that a whole lot, but yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna. Okay, got it in one spot. Let's see what happens. Now we get this dude and put the pivot up through here. I tell you what, man, I keep having these nice easy ones, and then I keep getting thrown for a loop. But that's all right. You all, most of you anyway, except for the grumpies. We always have a grumpy every once in a while that just wants to be grumpy and having a bad day. But most of you have enjoyed seeing me not edit out my foibles. Or I'm not going to call them screw-ups, just showing you that not every time you put a knife back together does it happen in 6 seconds. There's always going to be, you know, a little, what did I do there? And then you figure it out. Just like that one where I had a couple screws switched. And, you know, everyone was trying to figure it out with me, and we quickly figured it out, and it was not a problem. All right, so we have that on there. And then, let's see. I don't know if I should put my blade on first, but I am. And if we get it wrong, that's all right. You guys are all doing it with me. So we'll do that. And let's see. Boy, this is, it looks like it's going together quickly and smoothly. And I don't think I did this on the other side of the blade, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. And I'm going to put some more lube on here. It didn't have much, and it doesn't need a lot. A little dab will do you. So if this is morning time and you're having your cup of coffee, you're eating breakfast, good morning to you. And if this is during the day and you're eating lunch or you're driving down the road, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you're having a really good day. And I hope you're being positive. And we'll see what I did to screw up getting the... Oh, wait, you know what? Okay, let's see. So here's the button. I'm going to clean this button off really good. Really well. And I hope you're well. And that's another thing about this channel is I want to promote positivity. I love being positive. There's no reason to be grumpy about things. Because when you dwell on the grumpy stuff, you just tend to stay grumpy. All right, so let's make sure I'm not messing up on anything here. Got my spring in here. Some of you are probably yelling at me right now. Let's see. And you know, it's funny. I've done more and more button locks, and then when I get to this part, I'm always like, how did I do that to make it smooth? And then I forget, but that's all right. So, there you go. And there's the spring goes rolling. Let's try this again. Oh, that's funny. That's all right. You know, that is totally cool. I can't remember how I did this smoothly. And someone even said, hey, do it this way, Bees. There we go. So what I did was I used this notch up here to get it in. You just have to hold the blade down because there's a spring behind it. Now I have to find my back spacer. Or not my back spacer, but there it is. Stop pin. So I'm holding it down just to keep the button in place. See how that little ridge is holding the button? Now we'll put our stop pin in here. And I did it again. Okay, got my button, which went flying. And where's my spring? There's my spring. Can we do this without losing the spring and the button? And you know, I'm probably doing this completely wrong. I could have done it the other direction or upside down. But until I learn how, I'm going to do it the way that I'm doing it right now. That spring is very springy. As long as I take my time and don't get frustrated and just reset. Okay, we got it back in there. Now, if I just remember to keep my finger on the blade, and maybe this is just totally the wrong way to do it, but all right, keeping my finger on the blade, and I'm probably making this look a lot more difficult than it has to be. And then put this dude on there. And then let's see, is everything clicking like it's supposed to? Feels like it. Feels good. Feels good. A couple hang-ups, but I think we're back in business. Yes. Put this dude on here. And looks like everything's lining up. Let's put this, oh yeah, that's right. Why did they do this backwards? And you know, someone might know already what I'm missing about this, but why? Why would you put it backwards? So I'm going to face the C for the Civivi, the direction it goes. Just like that, which is really weird. Then I'm going to come on this side and start tightening it. Weirdest thing ever. Okay, so I have it in there just to hold it in. Now I'm going to turn my C around. What the heck? Why did they do this to me? Why exactly? Okay, so I just took the tension off of it. So I can turn this C to where it's supposed to be so it'll lock in. See there? Now I'm going to try to tighten it, give it some, and it's just spinning the pivot. Okay, now it locked into place on its own. Okay, so just by twisting it, it locked into place. Very nice. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness. That wasn't cool. And you know, here's another thing though, is you're watching me do this. You know, I should have taken it apart from this side, but I didn't. You're watching me do this on the fly. And if you take one apart and you can figure it out. Me, I'm not going to take the whole day to do this because, you know, you only want to watch a video for so long. You know, you can speed past it or, you know, just stick around and watch me make mistakes. But the other side probably would have been easier. But what threw me off was I've never had a pivot that I can remember where this side was just a tiny little screw. That just threw me off. Always throw me for a loop. That's cool. Because you know what? This is my knife journey. And all of you are going along right with me. Are we centered? Looks like we're off just a little bit. Oh yeah, we're not tight. Let's tighten this sucker down. All right, so that is super tight. Too tight. So you guys, are you still with me? Can you take it? Can you handle it? Okay, are we centered now? Okay, we're looking good. We're looking centered. Now we're tightened up. Okay, we're good to go. Let's go back to the big screen. Whew. Okay, there we go. Another part of my journey. So the action, it's definitely smoother. A little bit, yeah, it's definitely smoother. The little bit of a lock stick that I'm getting hasn't really changed much. That I noticed that if I just flip it softly, yeah, I'm still getting that click on the button. So I don't know. I've heard from a lot of people that it's way better to have a little bit of than to have it not do that, because eventually it's going to wear in. And if it doesn't, then it may get to the point where then you get a little bit of rocking back and forth. But right now we're rock solid, no play up and down, left to right. So what do I think about it? It feels really nice in the hand. It has a nice blade. I like this blade length. It's comfortable, no hot spots. It's a really nice, gentlemanly kind of look, you know? I mean, it's pretty cool. I think, you know, I don't know if it's going to patina unless, you know, over time that wears off. I think it's a pretty cool looking knife. It's the first wood handle one that I've had in the new collection. I like it. Definitely get some ting on that button, but other than that, it's pretty nice. I like it. I'm curious what you all think about the knife, besides the fact that I about lost the button when it went flying. But You guys, thank you very much. Everyone always comments in the comment section, and that's how you show your support. Even if you're not a Bees Blader, or if you're not a channel member, or if you're not a subscriber, subscribe and tell me something in the video's comments. Tell me what you had for breakfast. Tell me what you thought about it. Did you have a good time? Are you having a good day? Are you gonna have a good day? But until I talk to you next time, remember to live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.